New court documents are shedding light on a deadly stabbing in Moorhead on Sunday. According to documents, police say when they arrived, they found an injured man, now identified as 47-year-old Willard DeGroat, with one stab wound to his upper chest and abrasions to his forehead and the top of his head. DeGroat was pronounced dead just after 1 a.m. According to documents, police spoke with the neighbor who says DeGroat was the ex-boyfriend of Connie Frank. The neighbor says he could hear the two arguing earlier that night before their altercation became physical, and then reported seeing DeGroat with the stab wound. Court documents say Frank returned to the residence and admitted to police that she stabbed DeGroat, adding that after the stabbing, she went to hide in her neighbor's backyard. Frank has been charged with second-degree murder.